то ничего страшного. Okay, guys, I guess we can start. Do you see the screen correctly, by the way? Yeah? Okay. So maybe if we, if needed, we can also close the windows and turn on the lights maybe if needed, yeah, in future. But yeah, if everything is okay, then we can start. We also have some people online, so maybe if you ask some questions, I will repeat them online as well, so that people can hear these questions, because they don't hear you, but they can hear me here. So as you might know, maybe my name is Vadim. So here you can see my contacts and email. So if anything needed, you just can text here or email, yeah, or call. So all these contacts you can take. I think you have already checked the introduction lesson, most probably. I know that some people registered just today, even in the morning. Maybe they didn't have some time. So please check the introduction lesson at home, because today we haven't planned to start learning the things right away, actually. So, and after you watch everything, next time next time maybe you can ask some questions about the process and how it looks like. I guess for most of you it's clear, yeah. So that we are going to have theory lessons every Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Generally, it's going to be 7 meetings, and every meeting usually takes 2 hours. Also, we have tests here after every lesson. Maybe you received the link already for the previously recorded lessons, and there you also can see after every lesson, if you go through the homework, after the homework you will see the test link, so we can make you can make tests at home also. So after the lesson today, you actually can already make a test at home, and next time or next time we can check the answers. So that's the point. So the theory exam that you're going to have here in school and in the road administration is going to be like test wise. So it means you don't have to write anything, you just choose the correct answer, right? So yeah, generally, of course we pass some lessons, but my big recommendation to practice any tests you have. For example, maybe you have some paper shape tests, tests that we offer also from during the lessons. And the best program in that case you can use is Liculus Lab. I will log out and show you how it works here. So this is the even more. Yeah, so this is the main menu. Like you go to register. In my case, I go to login, and they push some amount of money for the package, but still, I really advise you to use it as an additional material and practice all the tests here. So you even have some tutorials here. Hi. So all these things you can start checking. I will show you questions Yeah. For example, is a cyclist a driver? So yes or no, you just have to answer. Traffic rules apply on roads in car park or shopping center considered as a road. Have to answer. So these things you practice all the time. They offer a lot of tests here. So sorry, it's admin panel. So try to hi. So try to pass all these topics maybe, and after every topic you will see the test. As soon as you practice tests every day, you'll see your progress, like smart test also you can see here. So for example, you want to practice more traffic lights. You choose traffic lights and you start practicing traffic lights mostly. Quite a lot of questions actually, but they are quite simple, most of them. Yeah. Can you repeat, please? We can let so we missed little information from the beginning. So from where we can practice tests. Practice tests, you mean? Yeah, here exactly. This is the program you can use. So it's Liklus Lab. We call it Liklus Lab. It's a website. Yeah. Yeah, I will also copy the link inside here. So yeah, generally we have theory lessons like this. So you can use our tests that we have, but it's not a lot of them there. We mostly offer them like an example mostly, so you can see how it works, what logic they follow. Some of the questions they really want to trick with you, you know. So you have to understand these tricks. Yeah. So this is the main idea of theory practicing. So, and as soon as you have an account here, even if you don't practice here, maybe you have your own book. Anyway, exam is going to be in that platform. So I will generate the exam for you here online. You will do it at home. You don't have to make it. You don't have to come here to the office to make it in paper. We make it online anyway. Anyway, you will not have time to cheat because it's 40 questions there and you have 30 minutes to answer for all 40 questions. So it's less than 1 minute for one answer, right? So it's very, very hard to cheat in that case. And if you know the answer and if you practice a lot, it will be very easy for you to answer for all the questions anyway. So yeah. Is that clear? Yeah, good. I also put this link into the broadcast today, so if you lose the link somewhere, you can go to the previously recorded videos and go to the stream and you will see the link there also, so no worries about that. So yeah, and considering the practice, so basically I recommend you to visit some theory lessons first, especially 3 or 4 theory lessons, like let's say 3, okay. After that you can start thinking about practice and driving lessons, and in that case also you can text me directly, so I will offer some contacts and teachers who can make lessons with you. For that reason, you also need to have a health certificate. As you remember, it's without it you cannot start practicals. Yeah, so you should have it. What else? During the driving practice, it's also important to pass these 3 courses, like slippery, night driving, first aid course. They're like mandatory to have them before you graduate from the school. And in the end of theoretical course and practical course, you should pass an exam for both of them in our school first, and then you can pass the state ones. What's the main point with the theory course? That you can pass the exam here, and as soon as you passed, I see it, I will allow you to register for the state one. So you can immediately register for the state exam after that and pass it as well. And you even don't have to graduate from the school. You don't have to finish it. So you can make other courses in the same time, but still theory you can finish in the beginning. And you can finish all the exams in the beginning. So it's quite comfortable actually. And the practical exam, you will be allowed to make the practical exam, the state practical exam, only if you are graduated fully. So you have to pass all the other courses as well. So yeah, is there any questions maybe about that? Like the process more or less clear? If no, just also try to check this introduction video at home if you still didn't do that. It will help you. And I guess we can start observing the first lesson, right? So we are going to talk about the definitions. Definitions. 1 second. So first of all, we have to understand the road elements. Road is a public structure that is used for pedestrians and vehicles and designed for traffic, usually. Yeah, so it can be pedestrian traffic, it can be like vehicle traffic, so it doesn't matter. A road also comprises shoulders, dividing strips, and green area, and all other strips that you can imagine. So the main point that some people think, that some people still can think that road is only the part which includes the car driving only, but actually it's not. We can also we should consider that the part for the cars we call carriageway, yeah, but the road includes all the other parts. For example, pedestrian walk, pedestrian part, like some pedestrian crossings also, and this kind of stuff. So different types of roads we also have, like paved road, for example, air tracks. Here you can see like pedestrian road. It's also a road actually. And here you can see different elements. So everything on the picture, in conclusion, is the road. So these parts for the cars we call carriageways. So one carriageway and second carriageway. So it's oncoming traffic and travel lane. Yeah, so the one we use for driving. In some countries it's otherwise, as you know, I guess. So here we drive always on the right side, and we call this right side of driving travel lane, or side appropriate to direction of traffic. So if somewhere in the tests you will see this long term, you can say that it's the side you use for driving. But we used to say here that it's a travel lane. It's easier to remember, easier to say. Travel lane, oncoming lane. Then you can see roadside here. Roadside is this part. Small part between the carriageway and pedestrian sidewalk. So roadside, also we can call it shoulder sometimes, shoulder of the carriageway or something, and sidewalk for the pedestrians. So this is the main element. So if we talk about the part where cars are driving, we call it carriageway. You should remember that. We don't call it a road. Road is everything included inside. How do you think this parking area, can we say that this part is a road? Yes. Yeah. The main point that if it's a road, we also have to follow all the basic rules that are usually valid on the road. It means we also have to follow the travel lane and coming lane, so we cannot drive any side of the carriageway we like. So the same logic. If I want to go straight here, I use my right position, and coming traffic will be here. The same way I have to follow all the other rules that usually are followed on the casual roads. So yeah, parking is the road in that case. So here we should understand the difference between different types of the roads. Yeah, like according to their pavement. It's important to understand the pavement. Why? I will say it's important because according to the pavement you are on, it also affects on your priority actually. So for example, if you are driving on the paved road and nearby to you have a gravel road, so this gravel road has less priority than paved road, for example. So this is a very easy example. We'll check it later as well. It will be more clear for you when I show you some pictures. So what is the paved road? The paved road is a road coated with layer of material processed with the cement, ash, or bitumen, for example, asphalt, right? Also, cobblestone or paving stone, for example, like in the old city town. This road is also paved road. Gravel roads they're having gravel, obviously. Gravel is sand, crushed stone, anything. And earth tracks is a field, forest, or other such uncoated road. I already showed you one picture actually. So this one, this is earth tracks. This is not gravel road. This kind of roads we called earth tracks. So here's the example of the paved road. This one you already know. I already mentioned that old town roads are also paved roads. And this is the gravel road. So you can see this crushed small stone all over the road. This is also the gravel road in the picture. Sorry, too far. Here you can see different combinations. So this is gravel road, and here you can see earth tracks, here and here. So in that case, for example, gravel road will have more priority than earth tracks. So if two cars will connect on this small intersection, the one who is using the gravel road will have more priority in that case. Also, here we have different layers. So paved road, then gravel road, and earth tracks. And sidewalk also for the pedestrians. So yeah, if you see this kind of a part which connects to the main road, let's say, we don't consider this part as something. Yeah, for example, it's not a crossroad, it's not a road, it's just, let's say, like small part of the road intersecting the main road. That's it. So we don't have any definition for that, unfortunately. So what is dividing strip? I guess you have seen them a lot in the city already before that. It's a curb, green or other strip separated from the road and not intended for vehicular traffic. So cars cannot use it for parking, for moving, even pedestrians cannot use it actually. So yeah, it just divides the road into carriageways, like on the first picture I showed you. So in the middle it was a dividing strip there. And it's a physical barrier that separates carriageway. as I already mentioned. So you can see here also on the main highway, dividing strip in the middle. Is this part is a dividing strip? How do you think?
Yes.
You sure? Yeah, it's not actually. Let's check in. It's a curb, green, or other strip separated from the road and not intended for vehicle traffic. So it should be a physical barrier first of all. For example, stone border or like grass or sand, right? Like here also, it's physical barrier. In that case, it's not. It's just road marking. So it's not a dividing strip. We call it separation island. We're going to talk about the marking next lesson. So we will discuss these separation islands also there. So area adjacent to a road. It's not road, it's not parking, it's area adjacent to a road. So this is the explanation of the Traffic Act. So this kind of areas like gas stations, we call them like this. So what is it exactly? It's a roadside territory where constructions visible to a driver from the road are located and that may be accessed by any access road. So this small part is access road. That's it. So there is no like any direct explanation for that. Casual rules like on the casual roads are not working in that area. We can even say that we can drive there without a seatbelt. Yeah. So because it's not a road, so it means we don't like Traffic Act is not applying there in that case. Why this definition basically exists? It's hard to control the traffic on this kind of areas because everybody has kind of they all have chaotic like driving all the time. Yeah, so they someone wants to wash the car, someone wants to tank the car, someone's just buy the coffee and stuff like that. So uh, there's no any traffic regulation, there is no any traffic signs, so people just do what they want and they just do it correctly usually. So no no any accidents till now, we don't have them there. But still, yeah, it's hard to control, and that's why Traffic Act doesn't apply there, and that's why we have a different like additional definition in that case. We call it area adjacent to a road. And yeah, for example, the starting platform that you can see on the right side through the window, this is the area where usually the first lesson starts. It's also area adjacent to road because yeah, because you basically don't follow any rules. You drive making some snake exercises, reversing, parking in different ways. So yeah, it's unreal to control it there. Okay. So till now, do you have any questions maybe? Is it clear? I hope so. So priority road. We will continue talking about priorities also next time. Now we are just going to touch it a little bit. Let's say, what is the main road or priority road? Basically, if you see this yellow diamond sign, let's say, it means that you have priority. So if you see the sign, it means that this road, if it's signposted as such, you have priority on all its entirety. So the next sentence explaining the rule of different pavements. Yeah, at the intersection, the priority road is a road signposted as such in relation to an intersecting road or paved road in relation to gravel road. We can divide this part. Yeah, paved road in relation to gravel road, or an earth track, and a gravel road in relation to an earth track. So as you see, paved road has more priority than gravel or earth track. Gravel road has more priority than earth track. Or basically you have the sign, yeah, sign posted by this main road sign. It means on the intersection like this, you will have priority. By the way, even if you drive a bicycle, you're still a part of this driving system. Gravel roads or earth tracks that have paved sections before emerging into an intersection with the paved road are not deemed to be paved roads. This is the part like this. You see, gravel road goes, and then in the end, it's a little bit of the paved part. Of course, this doesn't mean that the whole road is paved road. It's still gravel road in that case. Yeah, so this is the priority and how we can define it. One more tricky thing that most of the people get confused, even locals, I mean, like everybody get confused. So some people might think that if you have the bigger road, like Academia there, right? It's close to the Taltech. Quite big road there. And small road next to it merging like this from the left side. But still, as you see, we have giveaway sign. By the way, this triangle means giveaway. So not always when you are driving on the big paved road, it doesn't mean that you are having priority. Sometimes you still have to follow the signs, and if you see giveaway sign, you have to give away in that case. Is that more or less clear for you? Okay, good. What else can help us to understand the priority? You can see this sign. This sign means main road intersecting with the secondary road. So the main road is the fat line, and the thin line is the secondary road. So in that picture, I drive straight. I have main road, and on the left and on the right sides, I have secondary roads, basically. So it means they don't have priority. I have priority. I know that, according to this sign. And a lot of combinations of the same sign. Like here, I have a sharp turn right. I have main road, and in the same time, while I'm turning, I will see secondary road on the right side. You should mention also that the way this sign turns, the same way the road goes. So if on the picture, on the sign it goes left, means in real life it also goes left. If the secondary road is on the left side on the sign, in real life it's also on the left side. So quite easy to navigate yourself. Yeah, so this is the like simple example. So we have gravel road and paved road. So paved road has more priority, and even though you don't have any signs, you still have to give way if you want to enter the paved road. So also one quite important thing to discuss here is the crossroad. Crossroad is an area formed by an intersecting carriageways at grade. So at grade means on one level. It's not bridge. They have the same level of pavement. So asphalt road cross the asphalt road. In that case, it's crossroad. An intersection is regulated when the sequence of road users is determined by the traffic lights or directions given by an authorized official. Authorized official is the person who regulates the traffic. For example, policeman. And an intersection is unregulated in all other events. So Let's check the example, I guess. It will be more clear then. So this two pictures, two crossroads, they are both regulated. Why? Here we have a traffic light. Here we have authorized official or traffic regulator. I don't know why, but Local Traffic Act says that it's authorized official. If you Google authorized official, you will not find anything. But if you go traffic regulator, you will see a lot of videos like how to regulate the traffic. So both of these will be correct, but the local one, in some reason, is authorized official. So, and unregulated crossroad. So here we have signs like QA sign and main road sign. And here we don't have any signs. You might ask like why it's not regulated if it's signs here. But still, according to the Traffic Act, even signs, they cannot regulate the traffic according to the act. So if you have only signs, it's unregulated. But I'm still wondering why no one asking who has priority in that crossroad. Huh?
The blue car.
Yeah, but which rule we should apply here?
This is the priority.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, the blue car.
But we don't have any signs. How do we know that?
Because this is a big road. That's
no, I just told you before that big road doesn't mean that you have priority. So there is one more rule actually, which we should follow. Right-hand rule. So when we have intersection of roads of the same category means same priority. So we don't have any signs, they don't have any signs. So it means we have same priority. Yeah. Like, yeah, so right-hand rule means that we give way to the one who is on the right side. In that case. So it means the blue car, for example, gives away to this brown car. But if this one, who goes first?
the black car.
C goes first.
Why?
C is right to the brown.
Is this the bike?
Yes, it's bike. Even if it's not bike, still it's on the road.
Why?
Even if it's a bicycle, we still have to give away. So C first. Okay, then we forget about C. We have these two cars left. Then brown, then blue. So this is the order of passing. But if we have this one. So who goes first?
C, then D.
Okay, C goes first, you say? So C don't have to give way to D?
D.
Okay. D go first? Uh-huh. That's why I'm asking. Who goes first? Yeah, one person in the chat actually already is saying about the right-hand rule also. That's good. So the main thing that in that situation you don't have a solution, obviously. So the one who gives away first will solve this situation, obviously. So if you're driving the brown car, you have to, for example, this person has to give way to you, right? This blue car, because you're on the right side. You have to show him that, okay, go. I will wait until you pass, and then other guys can pass easily. So this guy will go, and that's it, problem solved. After that, one by one, you can exit the crossroad.
So if first goes
Mm-hmm.
So the B will go first.
If, yeah.
And then the brown one
If the B go first.
first. Then
Then you have to follow the right-hand rule, how it was. So according to the right-hand rule,
yes.
Then D goes.
then D goes, then C, and then you, brown, you will be the last one in that section. Yeah. You are the one who are deciding to solve this problem. You are giving the way to this blue car, but still you will suffer a little bit because you will be like generally the last one who will finish this crossroad passage, right?
After B, why not the C one? Why the D one first after B?
Because C has to give way to D, because D is on the right side of C. So C cannot go.
What's the right side?
C cannot go after B, yeah. So forget about B now. So we have 3 cars and like 2 cars and motorcycle. So this, and this.
C, D, brown.
Yeah. I will try to move it away. So okay, now we can. Now it will be easier. No? Yes. So we don't have B anymore. B has left the intersection, and it means that brown car gives away to C. C gives away to D. D gives away no one, so D go first. Then C gives away to no one. C goes second, and I will go the last one. Right? Yeah. So now it's more. Yeah. Good. Okay. The following is not deemed to be in the intersection. It's also very important to remember what is not intersection, because sometimes some like signs, they end basically the area of alignment by the crossroad. They can be ended. For example, I have 30 speed limit. After the crossroad, it will be cancelled. And that's why I have to understand what is crossroad and what is not a crossroad. Any place, so what is not a crossroad? Any place where a car park, a calm traffic area, resting place, or an area adjacent to a road is adjacent to a carriageway. Any access to this kind of areas. Yeah, so car park. So parking area is the road, but connection with this parking is not deemed like an intersection. Calm traffic area, resting place, and for example, area adjacent to road, as we already know, it can be a gas station. So if you see some small access road is related with the gas station, it's not a crossroad. Any intersection of a single lane road, single lane road. So if the single lane intersects, for example, 2-lane road, it's not a crossroad. And field or forest road, and any intersection of such roads. So yeah, that's the main point. By the way, this is the sign of calm traffic area, but we will also discuss that later. Just want you to know. So why it's important, again, I will show you like, so you can like see it in the picture. So how to understand like and why it's important to understand where is the crossroad. So imagine you have 30 and you are passing some parking area and some cold traffic area, and finally here you have a crossroad. So all the way you should go 30, because these two are not intersections, not crossroads. They don't cancel the speed limit in that case. But this one, this is a crossroad, intersection. So 30 will be cancelled here. So if I go right, left, or straight, I have to go 50. Yeah, so default speed limit in the city is 50. So by default, in that case, after I pass the crossroad, I have to drive 50. And that's why it's important. As soon as you miss the crossroad and continue driving 30, it's a mistake, and you start disturbing people. Because people behind you, they know that it's 50, but you are going still 30. It's in real life. On the exam, it's a mistake. Consider it as a mistake. So that's why you have to follow it. Also, it's very easy for you to understand the location of the crossroad if you see the street name, for example. Yeah, so it can be white, blue, or green also. So they have different backgrounds. But as soon as you see it's on the edge of the street, it means it's most probably a crossroad. And then you can easily go like 50 after that. So for example, why usually you can see a lot of signs after every crossroad. So maybe you will notice that in the city a lot. So that's the point. Yeah, as soon as you pass the crossroad, but still road administration wants you to continue driving 30. They will put again 30 after the crossroad. So after every crossroad, they will keep putting this 30 as soon as they want you to drive 30. So that's the main point here. Yeah, and also if the person drives out like this car from left or right, they also can see, okay, that's 30, so I have to drive 30 again. That's why they put it again and again after the crossroad. But obviously after this part we can go 50 because this is a crossroad and we can go 50 again. So some people might think that crossroad is only the cross, right? But it's not. Also, if you have one road on the left or one road on the right side, you still have to consider this part as a crossroad, and after that you can drive 50. Is it clear? Yeah, that's good. That's good. How do you think this roundabout is a crossroad? Yeah, this is the crossroad, obviously. Actually, if we say it more precisely, you can say that it's a combination of different crossroads, actually. Here one, here one, here one, here one. So 4 crossroads at once. Yeah. But yeah, we can easily say that it's a big crossroad. So as soon as you pass the roundabout and exit from this roundabout, the speed limitation will be cancelled also, right? So you will be able to drive 50 again. So you just have to consider that. Sorry? When we cross around, you mean?
Then speed limit same 50 or 30?
It's 50 actually, yeah. As soon as you enter, I can say it's 50, yeah. Because if you drive inside, it means you passed a lot of crossroads at once, you know. So it's already cancelled many times, you know. So yeah, that's the point. I mean, I think, yeah, it should be 50. I mean, anyway, you will not go 50 on the roundabout because it's too dangerous. It will be hard for you to control the car. But yeah, it's allowed to go 50, but physically it's not possible, I think. Especially for the beginners. Is this one a crossroad?
Yes.
No, but why no?
It's not at the same grade.
Yeah, it's not in the same grade. That's correct.
But lots of roads connected there, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're not on the same grade.
It's like flyover.
It's junction. We call it junction, yeah.
They're from China?
Yeah, from China.
Shanghai.
Shanghai, yes. Yeah,
I was there.
good. Yeah, actually, they have like crazy junctions there.
Yes.
I cannot imagine how to drive there, to be honest. But yeah, so this obviously not a crossroad, it's just a junction of roads. So if you think that if you like pass it like this and speed limit will be cancelled, obviously it's not, because it's not a crossroad even. But I guess they don't have the same rules like we have here, so. So two gravel roads cross each other. If it's in that case, if it's a crossroad or not,
Yes.
they, because they're the same type, yes, the same type, the same grade. Also, here you can see small, let's say this laybys, we call it, like place where you can park. Yeah, it's not crossroad obviously also. And also you see that it's one lane road. So if this road like this cross with another road, they will not form the crossroad, as you remember also. Two earth tracks are crossing each other, means it's a crossroad as well, right? So one more important topic by this time we should discuss the border of the crossroad. The border of the crossroad. So this is the border of the crossroad. So we, as you remember, we consider the road. So two roads are crossing each other. Two roads. And they form like this. They form this border of the crossroad. And also, for example, if you have any task to stop in front of the crossroad or border of the crossroad, you have to imagine where is this border. Yeah, so you can see cars parked now. So if you park here, it means you are on the crossroad. Yeah. Also, there are some obligations. For example, you cannot stop or park on the crossroad. So you have to understand again, where is the crossroad? Yeah, where I cannot park, for example. So this is the main idea. But the more important idea, you have to understand the crossing of the carriageways. Crossing area of the carriageways. Carriageways, as you remember, the part which used only for the cars, right? So why should you know that? For example, if you have a stop sign and you don't have a stop line, according to the rules, you have to stop at the edge of this crossing area. So this is the edge of this crossing area. Yeah. So this stop sign is quite an important thing here. If you have a stop line, of course it's easy. You just stop in front of the stop line. But if you don't see any stop line, you have to stop exactly at the edge. Usually it's you can see this kind of a situation if you have limited visibility. For example, it's buildings here and here, or I don't know, some trees. So then you will not see any stop line. You will see just stop sign, and then you have to guess where to stop. So the main mistake that usually students do, that they stop in front of the sign. So it's actually not very correct. It's not fail mistake, by the way, but still it's not correct. How many carriageways can you see here?
One.
1 or 2?
2.
Okay. More options?
2. 2 was good.
Almost like a lottery. So it's actually 1 here, yeah? 1. We have 2 lanes, obviously.
Yeah, that's why.
Travel lane and oncoming, yeah?
Yes.
But still it's one carriageway. Here 2, yes. Here you can see 2 carriageways. Here
1, 2, 3. 3 carriages.
I can even say 4 we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Here, how many carriageway crossings areas can you see here? Carriageway crossings. 1 crossing, 2 carriageways. Yeah, 1 crossing. How many carriageway crossings can you see here? So where is 2? You mean this one and this one? You sure?
Mm.
It's still 1. It's still 1 carriageway here and 1 carriageway here. So they form 2 carriageways form 1 carriageway crossing. And how many carriageway crossings can you see here? Crossings. Not carriageways, but crossings, yeah. Huh? How many?
Now it's 1 crossing.
Only 1 crossing? 2. Because it's dividing strip in the middle. You remember? In the beginning we said like dividing strip can divide carriageway in 2 parts. So carriageway is divided now in 2 parts. Here. Yeah, if you say 4, it's correct answer. Yeah, 4 is the correct one. Yep. So why it's oh sorry. Actually we need that, I guess. Sorry. So why we also should understand the carriageway crossings and how many of them and where they are. So sorry. Imagine you have a sign no left turn. So this sign, for example, applies for also no parking and no standing sign. Also the same logic, they apply until the first carriageway crossing. So you're gonna turn left here. After that it doesn't apply anymore, because on the second carriageway crossing you can go left, like let's say second part of this carriageway crossings. So that's why it's important to know. I can even show you the real example, so you might know the Christina Keskus and Christina Crossroad there. So if I go from Endla Street, I also can go straight in that direction or left, and you see this right no right turn sign. So it applies until the first carriageway crossing. So this is the first intersection or carriageway crossing, we can say. The first one, where it applies. On the second one, it doesn't apply anymore, so I can go this way or this way. So that's the main thing. So I cannot turn right here, but I can go right, we can say here. Is that clear? Okay, good. So the next topic will be about the vehicles. We can make a small pause actually for 8 minutes. So 7:05 we will continue then.
Seems like I'm in minor. long time.
I didn't recognize your voice. I didn't look at you, that's why. So, how's your
Going on.
you still works in the school?
I'm in a grading section. Tara grading. But she has
Okay, guys, I think we can start, right?
Yeah.
Sound time. So, vehicles. Vehicle is a device powered by an engine or in other way designed for road traffic or driving on the road. So it can be even a bicycle, right? Powered by engine or other way. Another way means like obviously human power or animal power. So powertrain vehicle is a vehicle that is powered by an engine, like motorcycle or any car. Motor-assisted cycles, mini mopeds, off-road vehicles, trams, and other vehicles with a design speed of less than 6 km per hour are not deemed to be powertrain vehicles. So, design speed means if your powertrain vehicle or vehicle with the motor engine cannot go more than 6 km per hour, it means it's not powertrain vehicle according to the Traffic Act. Yeah, so of course, casual vehicle or powertrain vehicle is quite a big difference. And for example, if you are using powertrain vehicle on the public roads, you need to have an insurance. Yeah, it's mandatory to have it. And every year you also have to pass the technical control. So, but this is the topic of our last lesson, but still, yeah, why it's important to understand this difference. So yeah, if you drive some kind of a mini moped, it's in that case it's not necessary to have it. Pedestrians. So pedestrian is a person who travels on foot or it's transported in a wheelchair, a person who travels using a skateboard, roller skates, scooters, kick sled, anything. So it's also deemed to be a pedestrian. So driver is a person who drives a vehicle or an off-road vehicle or guides animals on the road also. So if you guide cows or horses on the road, you are also a driver in that case. And yeah, actually in the countryside you can see a lot, especially horses. Yeah, so people guide them to some places to another places. So yeah, you have to also consider them as a part of the driving structure. So a driving instructor or teacher or personal driving supervisor is deemed to be a driver during driving lessons and driving practice, and the examinee is deemed to be the driving during a driving test. So during the driving sessions, like driving lessons, you are not the driver actually. So driving teacher, your teacher is the driver. So he's responsible for all the things that happens on the road. And if you are on the exam, on the state exam, you are considered as a driver in that moment. So if you make any accident, let's say, you are the responsible person in that case. So yeah, you should consider these things. And also here comes one question. For example, if I have a motorbike and it's broken in some point, and I have to go with this bike on the carriageway in some direction, in that moment, am I a driver or not? How do you think? If I'm just pushing my bike on foot, but I'm still on the carriageway. But the person who guides animals also not. Is just walking with animals, but still it's a driver in some reason. So the same logic with motorcycle. I'm still doing what? I'm still driving a vehicle. That's the main point. So that's why I am a driver in that case. Yeah. Give way, we already talked about that a little in the beginning, so not hinder, and means that a road user must not continue or commands, advancing or make maneuvers. By so doing, they might compel other road users. And because of you, they have to change the direction or speed of their movement. So yeah, when you give way, it means that you have to enter the road, and when you enter this road, no one change anything. Yeah, so it's like you are the ghost. So this is the main idea how to give way properly. If you sharply enter the road, you still have a giveaway sign, right? If you sharply enter the road and some persons, because of you, make some maneuvers like brakes, changing directions, trying to overtake you, means you are not giving the way properly. It's a mistake. On the exam, it's also a mistake. It can happen. That's why try to check in advance when you enter the crossroad that there is no cars like or other road users on the left and the right, far away. I know sometimes it's not possible, but still, this is the main point. So, traffic accident is an event in which an individual is injured or killed, or material damage is caused as a result of at least one vehicle moving on or off the road. So at least one vehicle should move. Then it's a traffic accident. So if you just kick the car which was standing, it's not traffic accident, right? It's just accident. Or tree falls on the like on your car, it's also not traffic accident. Traffic control devices, we just need to know that it's quite a lot of them on the road. They all help you to organize and navigate you, to organize you, like make your driving more safety. Yeah, so next lesson, actually next two lessons, we are going to talk only about the road signs. So there's quite a lot of them. And yeah, so this is the main point. But what also important to mention here, so sometimes when we are talking about the traffic act explanations or definitions, they can call, for example, dividing strips, they can call traffic control device instead of dividing strip. Or road sign, they also can say traffic control device. Safety island, also traffic control device. So that's why try to remember if, or yeah, as soon as you see in the text like something controlled by the traffic control device, it means some sign or some dividing strip is the meaning of this traffic control device, under meaning, let's say. So yeah. The limited right to drive motor vehicles of category B may be granted to a person of 16 to 18 years of age. So if you are 16 years old, for example, and you are still not, you didn't reach 18, it means you can have a license, you can pass the course, you can pass the exams, make a license, but you have to drive only with your parents or relatives or some granted person, let's say. So it's possible. It's limited right to drive, and provisional driving license is the one you will get after you pass the course and after you pass the exams. It will be valid for the next 2 years after that. So that's the main thing. And it's mandatory to have green letters in front and behind when you drive for 2 years. What limitations you have in that case? For example, on the highway, even if it's 110 or 120, maximum allowed speed for you is 90. Always. Doesn't matter how many is on the dashboard, speed limit dashboard. So 90 is the limit for you. Yeah. But it's only in Estonia. I'm not sure if it works in Finland or Latvia, but or in Russia, but still in Estonia, yeah, you need to have this letters and keep the speed limits, for example. Also, we were talking about the supervisor. You can have instead of making some lessons with teacher, you can make lessons with supervisor. It can be anyone, your friend, or doesn't matter, like anyone. So but he needs to have, or she needs to have 5 years of license, and any penalties cannot be for the last year. Then you can be registered into the road administration office, and this person, like your relative, your friend, maybe your husband or your wife, anyone. So you can basically drive with the supervisor as well. But in that case, you need to put learning signs in front and behind. Yep. Huh? These yellow ones. You can see on the dashboard there. So yeah, categories of power driven vehicles. So B category is the one you make now, and the maximum allowed mass of your vehicle can be 3 tons and 500 kilograms. It means also that you can carry with you at least 8 passengers. So one is you, driver. So you can drive small bus, you can drive casual car, up to you. As soon as you get the B category license, you also can drive AM category, so small moped. We'll get back to it, but you also should consider different motorcycles. There are different categories. So the A is the main one, so it has the biggest power of the engine. A2 is limited, 35. A1 15 kilowatts, and AM it's 50 cc or something. 30 cc. It was 400 or 600 till 600, something like that. So it's A2. For example, if you want A category, you can get it only after you have casual B category, for example, for 2 years. It's allowed, and you reach 24 years old. This is 2 requirements. You also can have like C category, 2 years. You have to be 24 years old, and then you can go and pass the A. But if you don't have any license, or you have B and it's still not 2 years, you can make A2. A1 is not needed for you, AM also. A1 usually is for young persons, for teenagers. Like if as soon as you reach 16 years, 16 years, you can go for A1. Yeah. Okay. And talking about the AM category, so if you're older than this year of birth, you have a permission to drive AM without having a license. So maybe you notice some persons still drive actually here without license. But yeah, so you have this possibility. You can use it actually, especially if you learn. I actually had one student who was from Macedonia, and he was quite in the ages, and when he started learning in the school, he also, in the same time, he was driving a moped, and he was kind of making lessons during the daytime, and in the evening he was practicing the same with his moped. So quite hardworking guy. And AM also means not only moped, but this moped car. Yeah, the small one with yeah, with green numbers, registration plates. Okay.
I don't know, this 1993 means before who born after 1993 or before?
Before, yes, before, because after it means you are too young actually, and they don't allow. I don't know why. What is the reason of this? This law, but still, it's the law. Yeah. So C is the truck or lorry, and CE means lorry plus trailer, actually. And always, all the time when you see E, it means it's a trailer included to the vehicle. So if you pass like an exam for C category, it means you can drive only the truck or only the lorry. You cannot drive the trailer. You have to pass one more exam with trailer and learn for it separately. D is the bus. Also, DE is the bus with the trailer. So like these green buses in the city, they have trailer behind, like combination, yeah. This is the DE category actually. But when the green bus is alone without this back tail, then it's just D, by the way. So yeah, not all drivers can drive this trailer buses. So they need to pass the exam for DE. And also, by the way, there is a BE category. So some people make it if they want to drive a car and big home trailer, for example, house on the wheels, we can call it.
So to get the BE, I have to give another exam after BE.
Yes, you have to pass additional course, and once again you have to pass the exam for DE. They have different exercises, different exam roads, so it's quite interesting actually. One more quite maybe difficult topic, but we'll try to figure it out quickly. Different masses and the meaning of masses. So every car, as you understand, every car has a passport, right? So all the information in this passport should be included. Usually, if you buy a car, you also have to make a new passport for this car because you are the new owner and you will be written as an owner in this passport. Yeah. So as soon as you have this passport, means you are also the owner of the car because you have, and you will be written there, like marked. So this passport has all the information about the car, like masses, like power of the engine, fuel, consumption, all things. And it's also written in the passport what is unladen mass or laden mass, for example. Yeah, it's written in the passport as well. So unladen mass means the mass of a fully equipped vehicle as determined by the manufacturer. So it means it's empty, but only the driver inside and equipment. For example, first aid kit or fire extinguisher and this kind of things. Then, so let's say it's empty car with the driver inside only. Unladen mass. Maximum mass means or permissible maximum mass. It's actually two the same things, but they have some difference. So this one means the authorized maximum mass declared by the manufacturer or a fully equipped laden vehicle with the crew and passengers on board. So fully loaded car. And permissible maximum mass means the maximum mass determined by for a fully equipped vehicle together with its driver, passenger. So it's almost the same thing, but the manufacturer is different. So in the first case, the factory, like for example Toyota, is made in Japan, most probably, yeah, Japan. So they put the maximum mass for this car like 2 tons. Then this car comes to Europe, to Estonia. Here, local manufacturer says no, the permissible maximum mass for this Toyota will be 1.9 tons, for example. So this is the only difference. So why it's important for us in that case? I will try to show to the online chat also that they can see the dash. So why it's important? Because when we drive any car, so we have, for example, unladen mass 1,500 kilograms and 2,000 kilograms. So this is unladen mass, yeah, unladen mass, and this is maximum mass. All these 2 numbers we can see in the passport actually of our car. And maximum means, so this is the limit. If we make a small math, we will understand that we can load inside of our car only 500 kilograms. What means if it's too if, for example, here we don't have to count the driver also, yeah. So it means we can have 4 more passengers. Imagine every one of them weight like 100 kilograms. So in that case, we have only 100 kilograms left, and that's it. So our car is full, almost. If we put some backpacks inside of the trunk, it also means that we cannot load it more. You might ask me like, what happens if we go over this limit? So no one knows actually, but a manufacturer says this is the limit. Means if you put more, like your suspension maybe will not work properly because it's overloaded. Engine will not work properly because it will not have enough power to push the car, you know. So many things, and it can happen. So this is the main idea of that. Is that clear, by the way? Good. So yeah, do you have maybe any questions?
Are we done for today?
Sorry?
Are we done for today?
No. Sorry. One sec. I'm trying to find one thing. Okay, I found it. Nice. Okay, so of course we're not done. It's still some things to check. Laden mass. Now this is the mass. It's not maximum. It's the mass in fact. So means the actual mass of a vehicle at a given moment together with its driver, passengers, and cargo. So for example, if you want to board your car with all the cargo and passengers, ferry, or like, for example, you want to travel to Stockholm, yeah. The only way to go there is you will use a ship, and before you enter the ship, they can weight your car. Yeah, so they will use this measurement system to use it. So, and as soon as you go on this measurement system, it will show your laden mass, in fact. So this differences. Try to remember this, like as in a simple way, because on the there can be a question on the exam actually also in theory. I mean, about something. Most probably it will be about laden and maximum mass. Most probably. So trailers. Trailer means a vehicle manufactured to be drawn when coupled to a motor vehicle or vehicle adapted for such purpose. So if you want a bigger trailer, as I told you, you need to have a BE category. But if you have a casual B category, you can have a light trailer. And his maximum mass cannot be more than 750 kilograms. Usually, bless you, usually every gas station has these light trailers. You might notice them a lot, actually, like Olerex, Circle Case, Alexella. So they all have these light trailers. Because they're like for free, you don't need any additional category for that, so quite easy. Okay. So a little bit about weathers and visibility. So there are two different types, like poor and limited visibility. Poor means poor visibility means it happens because of weather, mostly. Yeah, fog, rain, snow, twilight, smoke, dust, water, all the things. Night driving or night generally is not a poor visibility condition. So poor visibility is, yeah, it's temporary situation caused by weather and you have bad vision. But limited is because of the obstacles on the road. For example, trees. I don't see anything after the turn. So in that case, it's limited visibility. Curves, grass, hills, facilities, green areas, forest, trees, anything. So that block you, physically block the visibility, not weather. So this is the main difference between motorways. We will talk about motorways later as well, but unfortunately we don't have any in Estonia. We only have highways, but we don't have motorways. You can also maybe see them somewhere in Poland or Germany, like autobahns we call them. Yeah, maybe heard about them? No. It's so as you see, basically motorway especially designed for only power-driven vehicles only. So no pedestrians, no bicycles, no trains. So only for the cars mostly. It means that it allows us to make this motorway more safer for the car drivers, and that's why higher speeds are allowed there also. And some, even in Germany actually, some motorways even don't have any speed limits, so you can just put the gas on and go as much as you can. So yeah, some people go to Germany only just because of this. They want to try their cars there. Yeah, but we don't have such roads in Estonia, unfortunately. Yeah. If you enter the motorway, you will always see this sign. Emergency stopping is the bringing of vehicle to a halt, or if the halting of a vehicle when the continuation of driving is dangerous or technically impossible. It's emergency stopping. So now I want you to try to understand the difference between standing and parking. So standing means that bringing a vehicle to an international halt for picking up or setting down passengers or for loading or unloading goods. And stopping with the traffic flow, for example, in the traffic jam, it's not standing. Or it's not parking, it's just stopping with the traffic flow. So standing and parking means bringing a vehicle to an international halt for longer than it's necessary for picking up or setting down passengers or for loading or unloading goods. Yeah. But who say what means longer than it's necessary?
Is there any time limit for parking and standing?
That's why I'm asking. Who can define it? It's not marked somehow in the Traffic Act, by the way. So let's have an example. Yeah, we have a truck, which and we have a market. Let's say Prisma or Maxima. Yeah, so this truck is coming to the warehouse to unload the goods. Yeah, to this market. So this unloading will happen for the next 5 hours. In that case, it's standing or parking? Standing, but it's 5 hours. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, so that's the main point. It's not the point of time, it's the point of process you are doing. The same logic with the taxi driver. So if you want to make a payment to the taxi driver in cash, yeah, he will stop, he will wait until you pay, you will go. In that case, it's parking because he's not dropping you anymore. Yeah, he's waiting until you finish your payment. But if you use Uber or Bolt with the card, yeah, so you just come, exit, and go. So it's he quickly unloaded you basically. In that case, it's standing. So the same logic. And again, you will ask me why I should know that. Why? Because some signs have two different types of signs, like no standing sign and no parking sign. And that's why we need to understand what can I do when I see, for example, no parking sign. It means I can stand there. Yeah, but what means standing then? Now you know. If it's no standing sign, obviously you can do nothing there. You cannot stop because it's even no standing. So, talking about the level crossings. Level crossing is the railway crossing, and it's also an intersection at a grade. Why it's intersection? Because railway road cross the casual road, so it's still an intersection. It's still a crossroad. Yeah, a barrier, or in absence thereof, the location of a railway sign indicating a single or multi-track railway constitute the border between a road and a level crossing. So, if you have a barrier, this is the border of the level crossing here. If you don't have a barrier, this applications for a single or multi-track railway sign will show you the border of this railway crossing. This is not the sign. I will show you actually, I suppose, in Google. Okay. Yeah, this is the one. So this is multi-track crossing, one-track crossing. Multi-track means we have two railways, different railways in different directions, or one direction, but still it's two. Like two trains can go at once. But this one is one railway only, so only one train can cross. For example, here you see one, two of them. Here, yeah, one. So if you don't have this barrier, this is the place where you have to stop if you give way to the tram or to the train. Yeah. Yeah. Is that clear? Yeah. Good. But what this sign means, by the way, maybe you know already with this one.
Yes, giveaway.
No. Giveaway is otherwise.
No, I mean priority. Is there a good track road?
Yes, it's tram road, but train road, but there's a
What sign showing there is
The priority goes to train road.
this sign means actually that it's a railway crossing
Yeah.
without sorry, with the barrier. With the barrier, yes. If you see,
this one is the railway train.
sorry,
This middle one showing for their sign.
sorry,
What are sign they're showing? Yeah, that one.
this one, yes,
Yeah.
inside, yes, this one. It means you have a barrier on the railways, yeah, this barrier.
Ah,
But if it's the picture of the train inside, it means it's without the barrier.
Okay.
Maybe it's even some, yeah, with the barrier, without the barrier. Multi-way tracks, one-way tracks. Yeah. So this is the main difference. Authorized official, we already mentioned that, the person who regulates the traffic. By the way, you also will have some homeworks videos, so try to check them as well, because even today you will have to you will have one video about the science, I guess, as I remember.
so we're gonna receive it after here, or
Yes, you already received it actually. It should be in the link previously recorded lessons. You will go in and you will see our website with different videos, tests, and homework videos there. So you'll just push lesson 1 and start checking the homeworks. And the one who came later, you also can actually watch the recording of the first 15 minutes, for example, or 10 minutes, because yeah, you will have the recording of this lesson as well. Yeah, so calm traffic area. Calm traffic area, you remember this is the sign. It's also an area especially designed for pedestrians, not for cars, but for pedestrians. So pedestrians have more priorities there. We will discuss the like the benefits of this area also later. So lane and traffic line. So there are two different definitions in that case. We should consider, like lane, as we already talked before, it's the one which marked with the lines like this. Yeah, so we in total we have 4 lanes, 2 lanes in one direction and 2 lanes in incoming direction. So traffic line is a line formed by vehicles driving behind one another. So two-wheeled motorcycles and mopeds may drive in 2 lines on a lane. So if we have lane here, only one car fit there, right? So only one car can go. But if we have motorcycle, 2 motorcycles can fit here, right? In that case, two motorcycles, they drive in one lane, but in two traffic lines. But car in one lane and in one traffic line. This is the traffic line. So if I So traffic line, what is the traffic line? I will show you the very example. So if we have the road, so this is the car driving in one lane and in one line, but behind it we have two motorbikes. They are driving in two lines in one lane still. So this is the traffic line.
And one car, one motorbike, they can stand in the line as well, together?
Like motorcycle here?
Yes.
No.
If there's a space.
Depends, but if it's default lane, then no. But lane can be wider, of course. In that case, yes. So line is the position that taken in the lane, you know, like we can say.
Lane means road, isn't it?
No. Road means all this. This is the road. This is the carriageway. This is the lane, and this is the line. Two lines. So two motorcycles can drive in these two lines. Imagine we have two wheels on one side and two wheels on the other side. So our car take left line and right line, but motorcycles, they also take left and right one, but there are two of them.
Because they're small, that's why.
Yeah, and they have only two wheels, not four.
Okay, wheel.
Yeah. Okay. Road is this one, yeah. So we have to consider shoulders, sidewalks, and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah. Public transport vehicle is a bus, trolley bus, or tram providing the public transport services. It's logical. Yeah, lane reserved for the public transport vehicle. So it's a special lane reserved for this public transports, and only they can use this lane. So casual cars cannot use them. But taxis, for example, if they're carrying passengers, they also can use this lanes for the public transport. But if you are not carrying passengers, you cannot use it. The same for the buses. If they're not carrying any passengers, so the bus driver just take his bus to the maintenance, to the service, he need to use casual lanes. He cannot use the bus lane in that case. We will talk about these lanes also later. We still have some possibilities to use it, but I will explain it next time. Also, bicycles can use it if we have combination of bus and bicycle. It's Gonsiori Street in the middle, in the center, in the city center, like Viru, Keskus, yeah, like nearby. Cycles, also a vehicle that has at least two wheels. We also already mentioned that. Also, bicycle can have a motor with the maximum continuous rated power of 0.25 kilowatts. Self-balancing vehicles. Oh, and here we also have overtaking. What is overtaking actually? So as you see in definition, overtaking means that you have to exit your own lane go faster than the car in front of you, and then get back to your lane. So it's overtaking in that case. But passing means you go in your lane originally, and other car in another lane, but you go faster. So you basically are passing him. So in that case, it's not overtaking. Okay? Rounding the obstacle, it's not overtaking, because in that case, obstacle, for example, car is standing. It can be stone, it can be tree, it can be pedestrians also, animals. So you are rounding the obstacle. Of course, during these maneuvers, you have to show indicators, obviously. Temporary road sign. How to define a temporary road sign? It's very easy. Most of the times they have removable base, or they are yellow inside. Yellow background. And here also comes interesting thing. If we have a conflict between traffic sign and road sign, we need to follow the traffic sign. Road sign means road marking. So maybe you already know that you cannot cross the solid line, but if this sign allows you to go in that direction, you can cross it, because traffic sign has more priority than road marking in that case. The same with the road markings. So yellow road marking will have more priority than casual road marking. So the main idea of temporary signs is that they have more priority than casual signs. So you have to follow temporary signs then only.
Don't understand. Can you please repeat temporary and the casual sign?
Yeah, temporary sign has more priority than casual. Yeah. So if you have temporary like 30 sign, and nearby you will see 50 casual sign, so you have to drive 30 because temporary sign has more priority. Yeah, temporary road marking also has more priority than casual marking. Pedestrian crossing is a part of a road that is designed for pedestrians to cross the carriageway, cycle tracks or tramway track, and signposted as such or marked by respective road surface marking. So in that case it's zebra, where the drivers are obliged to give way to pedestrians. So as soon as you see pedestrians approaching the zebra, you have to give a way to the pedestrians. Yeah. And interesting thing here also, that you have to give way to the pedestrians, not only if they are already on it. If he's about to step to the pedestrian crossing, you also have to give away. So this about to step also not somehow limited in the Traffic Act. If you ask how many meters, I don't know, but I recommend you to have 3 meters at least. For example, you are driving here on the right lane. You see that pedestrian is coming here, and it's 3 meters or 2 meters left for him to cross. Then stop and give him away, or at least make sure that he's not passing, because sometimes people just go, then in some moment, like I go talk with the phone, then I go back. Some people do like this also. It's not very good actually. But still, you as a driver, you has to ensure that he's not crossing. So yeah, that's the main idea of pedestrians. Pedestrian may cross the carriageway only by using a pedestrian overpass or tunnel, which is located to you closer, or to pedestrian closer than 100 meters. It will be a surprise for you that if you don't have any pedestrian crossings nearby in next 100 meters, you can cross the road like this. You don't have to search for it and run in all the city to find it. You can cross, but remember, you don't have priority in that case. So you see, we have more than 100 meters, 110. It means we can cross. But there are some limitations later here. Yeah. I will explain you the limitations after these two pictures. So what's also important for you as for the pedestrian to mention or to notice, I can say, never pass the road like this by diagonal, right? Actually, your area of crossing is here. So if you cross like this, you're not in the area, and if you will get hit by the car, so it can be quite interesting case in that situation, because you're not on pedestrian crossing even. So if we don't have signs but we have zebra, we still have to give way to pedestrians as the drivers. The same logic works if we don't have zebra but we have only signs. We still have to give way to the pedestrians in that area. There are some places on the exam roads, actually, I don't remember if we have them in the videos, but there are some places where are the sign visible only, and no zebra. So all students usually pass at this place with no noticing this pedestrian crossing. So it's quite not familiar for foreigners, and actually for locals as well. So and pedestrian may not cross the carriageway at a place where a barrier has been placed to ban pedestrian traffic. Barrier, it's like I don't know, like this gate on the dividing strip. Yeah, usually people cannot cross it. And in the build-up area on the road, having a dividing strip outside the passenger's overpass or tunnel, pedestrian crossing or crossing. So if you have a dividing strip in the middle, you also cannot cross the road. Yeah, so these things, even if you don't have any pedestrian crossing nearby, yeah, in 100 meters, it's far away, like 2 kilometers, let's say, and you have dividing strip in the middle of this road, still you cannot cross this road. Then you have to walk all these 2 kilometers to pass the road in that situation. What else? Pedestrian may not step on the carriageway from behind a standing vehicle or other obstacle without ascertaining that no vehicles is approaching. So it's also your obligation, actually. So some people run out of the bus, go behind the bus, and run over the road. So you cannot do that, actually, as a pedestrian. And even if you get hit in that situation, you still, the driver will not be punished even, because you also broke some rule, safety rule. Walk on a motorway, but we don't have motorways in Estonia. You cannot walk there. For example, if you go to Germany, you cannot walk there. Actually, a good example, some people made this traveling on cars, you know, like this autostop, we say, right? So when they trying to get the car like this. So it means if you go and trying to get the car and travel like this on the motorway, you also can get the penalty. So it's not allowed. Walk on a carriageway with the dividing strip next to the dividing strip or along the dividing strip if no sidewalk on the dividing strip is provided. So dividing strip is totally prohibited for you, only if there is a special place for the pedestrians to walk. So here I should maybe draw less than 100 meters here. So imagine it's less than 100 meters, it means we cannot cross, we have to go here, if it's less than 100 meters. Here we have, yeah, dividing strip in the middle. We also cannot cross, even though there is no pedestrian crossings nearby. So is that clear?
Yes.
Good. So what are you going to do in that situation? You want to go straight. You have giveaway sign, you have pedestrian sign, you have green light. Now you will go straight. The question is, do you have to give way to someone? No. Why no?
Nothing is there.
You say traffic light is what?
Signal. The traffic signal is there is a green. That's why.
Yeah, that's correct. So if you have a green light, it means giveaway sign is not applied. And pedestrian sign is not applied, because if you have green means they have red light.
But both are there. Is it okay? Like green, like a traffic signal and pedestrian sign. Both are
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
But the pedestrian will be the red. So he will stop.
yeah, if you have green like this, it means they have red. Pedestrians have red. And means drivers on the left and on the right, they also have red. So, so for what reason we have giveaway and pedestrian sign?
If there's a no traffic signal.
Yes. If the traffic light is not working,
Yes.
for example. At night you can see a yellow blinkers all the time. Or maybe it's having some issue, right? Then you have to follow giveaway sign and pedestrian sign. Yep. So that's the main point. Yeah, that was the last slide, by the way. So thank you for your attention, guys, and see you next Wednesday at 6 o'clock again. And please check the homework videos and make a test. If we have time, we will check your answers next time. And start practicing in Liklus Lab, okay? Or if you have some other books, also practice the books then.
The next one is
And also, guys in the chat, thank you for watching. So if you have some questions, you also can text me in PM. And yeah, see you then next time.